Hello friends, I am Vyas from KnowledgeFloder and very much excited to begin this important series on tips and tricks for examination. We will have multiple videos to cover topics in details while not having one lengthy session. So let's begin. Tip number 1. Plan your journey and strategy to attempt the paper. I will not explain the importance of planning because all of us knows that very well. Rather, what I will focus on is how to make that planning useful and effective. I will share some examples where I had made mistakes while planning so that you can avoid such mistakes. So when to plan? Well, one can plan at any time of our preparation, but I will suggest to give few time in the beginning itself. What it does is that give you more control throughout the journey. But in case you miss to plan at the beginning, then always remember one quote from Nicholas Sparks. It's never too late to do the right things. What to consider while planning? You need to answer few obvious yet important questions to plan better, such as how much time or days I have for the exam. Question number 2. How many hours I can study in a day? Friends, please be realistic while answering this question. Let me explain how not giving correct inputs here will impact overall planning. Around 15 years ago, when I was preparing for IIT, JEE, CPT, etc., I used to make very good plans but not able to reach the goal as per my planning. Later I realized that root cause was that I always assumed that I could easily give 12 hours in a day for study, which was in fact true when I started my study, but slowly as days goes on it reduced to hardly 6 to 7 hours only. Here one important point is that even 6 to 7 hours were very good numbers. But since I planned with wrong assumption, I always find myself lag behind. At the same time, I will request you not to give very few hours per day, as then you might not be able to cover the whole or required syllabus before the exam, which is again not good. So be realistic and decide based on your circumstances and habits. Next question. How many chapters or topics to cover? Next, days per topic. Now based on the number of chapters or topic and days remaining for the exam, you know how much you can give for each chapter. Here one tip is that you might have few topics which are lengthy and tricky, so give some additional days to such topics. Next, order of preparation. After all above activities, decide order of preparation of topics. In deciding that, you need to be smart as some topics are needed to be covered in sequence. One recommendation is that always keep tricky and important topics at the earliest. This will help to prepare better. If you don't have much idea on the importance of topics, then you can consider last few years marks distribution of papers. Clearly, the topic which has more marks in exam should be given first priority. I have applied the same while preparing for my project management course recently. You may also take help of your teachers, parents, mentor in deciding the sequence, since they have more idea of exam pattern and have experience of the same. Also, internet is a good resource to do some research on this. If you are a children or kid, then can start with the sequence in which it is being covered in school. Parents can also help kids in deciding the importance of topic based on the ideas I mentioned earlier. Now with all these, you are good to go with your study plan, and this will not take more than few hours to make this. This is one-time activity, but believe me, the time given to this will really help during the whole preparation. Now once you have planned your journey, next important step is also to prepare how you are going to attempt the paper. I rarely find a student who really have some strategy to attempt the paper. The idea here is just to create few guidelines for yourself for attempting the paper. I will cover this topic and more in my next video. Meanwhile, you can plan for your study preparation. If you have any queries, then you can drop the same in the comment section. I will try to answer as many as I can. Thanks for now. Kindly subscribe for my channel, and yes, if you like this video, then keep sharing and liking the same. Thank you. Bye-bye.